How's everybody doing? It's PR here, and I'm back at you with another video. This is a video that's going to be about the assumed or fabricated quarterback controversy of the offseason. It wouldn't be an offseason for the Philadelphia Eagles if there wasn't a nice little quarterback controversy. Let me preface this by saying that I am one of the biggest Nick Foles homers ever. I've been following Nick Foles since he was at the University of Arizona, which I was a student at the same time. Nick Foles is my favorite all-time quarterback. My fiance made me a Nick Foles pillow. It's very comfortable. So, with all intents and purposes and all assumptions aside, I am a huge Nick Foles homer. This season was not going to be this season if it hadn't been for Carson Wentz. If it hadn't been for Carson Wentz helping the Eagles win 11 games this season. And when Nick Foles came in after Carson Wentz got sidelined with the ACL injury, every Eagles fan, I'm not saying every Eagles fan, but most Eagles fans had a lot of trepidation about Nick Foles playing. And I remember saying, again, it's Gucci. We've got Nick Foles. And a lot of people, rolled their eyes at me like they usually do, and I'm always right, so they always tell me congratulations at the end of the season, and then the next time I say something intelligent, they tell me I'm an idiot. So, again, consistency. Nick Foles, that I saw for the schedule, had 2 games that he had to win. One game that was kind of a throwaway game. It didn't really matter. Beat the Giants, scored 4 touchdowns, had a bad game against the Raiders, and played an abysmal first quarter against the Dallas Cowboys. And you know what I was still saying? I was still saying, it's Gucci. We got Nick Foles. Okay? I know he's going to play competitive during the playoffs. I know that. Plays a game against the Falcons, which he doesn't really play that well in, but the Eagles win. Then he absolutely whomps on the Minnesota Vikings, spanks them, blows them out beyond belief. They don't even want to play us week 1 because they got beat so bad by Nick Foles. I wouldn't blame them. I'd be mad too. Then the Eagles go to the Minnesota Vikings home, play the Super Bowl against the Patriots, beat the Patriots. Nick Foles helps the Eagles win the game. He's an instrumental part in winning the game, and he wins Super Bowl MVP honors. And of course, all of our rivals go, oh, we've got a quarterback controversy with the Philadelphia Eagles, because for some reason they hate Carson Wentz. It's probably because they're jealous because he's really good. I love me some Nick Foles. I love what Nick Foles did for the Eagles, and Nick Foles getting this upgraded contract is really good. I'm really happy for him. But the fact of the matter is, the Eagles don't even get home field advantage throughout the playoffs, even to that point without Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz might be, I say might because I don't know what his future is going to be with that ACL injury, but he might be the greatest offensive weapon the Philadelphia Eagles have ever had. Might be. Just because of the fact that he threw 33 touchdowns in 13 games, which 33 touchdowns in a season is an Eagles record. He completed the Eagles record in his 2nd season. So I would, based off of last season, I would expect more of the same. I don't think I'd expect him to throw 33 touchdowns in a season, but he probably would have been the MVP of the league if he had played those last 3 games and if he had not gotten injured. He actually had more passing touchdowns, more total touchdowns than the guy who actually won the MVP. So, in a situation between Foles and Wentz, I'm picking Wentz, even though Foles is my favorite all-time quarterback, because I want what's best for this team. I've always wanted what's best for this team. Every single video I've made that hasn't been a sarcasm video is me wanting what is best for this team. And what is best for this team is to keep Carson Wentz and play him when he is ready. We do not need an RG knee situation with this team. We don't need it. So, Nick Foles, in a sense, is an insurance policy. If you don't know what an insurance policy is, an insurance policy is when you have a person, like the head of the family, they put money in an account or has something to do with their job, which is a contracted sign. If they get injured beyond belief and they can't work or they die, their family gets money. Okay? Nick Foles is this team's insurance policy because if Carson Wentz can't play at the beginning of the season or at any point in time during the season, Nick Foles will play until Carson Wentz is healthy. And if Carson Wentz is healthy before the trade deadline, then the Philadelphia Eagles might, just might, dump Nick Foles onto a desperate team who needs a quarterback. That's how it goes. And I would wish Nick Foles nothing but the best for everything he does. And in a sense, I find it very comical that a lot of the rivals or the individual fans of the Eagles' rivals teams are, just a bit jealous about our current situation because some of you guys don't have a quarterback on your team. Some of you guys haven't won a championship in 20 plus years, and the team that has won a championship in the last 20 plus years or 20 minus years, whatever you're going to call it, you guys had the second overall pick in the draft and played like dog crap this year. So I understand. I understand the jealousy. I understand the finger pointing. I understand that we're absolute positive experts on the subject of quarterbacks and injuries. With all intensive purposes, Carson Wentz should be ready at some point next season. ACL injuries are not the kind of injuries that they were 20 years ago, where you probably would not be able to play again if you got that kind of injury. Modern medicine is up to par, okay? It's not the 1920s anymore. So I would expect Carson Wentz to play at some point next season, not at a point where I'd want to rush him back. So that's all I have. It's PR. Peace, I'm out. See ya. Keep being jealous, people. Keep being jealous. Peace.